Hello everyone, and welcome to the December 2025 Energetic Insights. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Deepika Mystery, and I'm an intuitive guide, energy healer, coach, and a consultant. And for over 6 years now, I've been sharing these insights on a month-by-month basis, and it's really geared up for those of you that are becoming more and more consciously aware of your intuitive and energetic abilities and are looking for some practical guidance to help you to navigate your way through. So if this sounds like you, welcome, you're here at the right place. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe we're already in December. It feels like 2024, the beginning of this year, was literally yesterday. This year has gone so fast, so fast. Before I dive into the energies for this month, I've got a couple of quick announcements. The first one is, if you haven't already subscribed, please do go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Also, do share it with your loved ones, your friends, your families, your co-workers. Comment below and leave a thumbs up. All of this helps me to grow this channel and for these messages to reach those that need to hear them at this time. And then if you haven't already signed up for my book, do go ahead. It's anumi.com/book. You can find out more information about that there and also register your interest. And those that are registered will be the first to know when the signed personalized signed copies will be available for you to pre-order or purchase, and just the journey of the book will be, you'll be the first to know about that. So do register your interest and do let me know if you want a signed copy or you just simply want to purchase from Amazon as well. So all of this just helps me to kind of help with the rollout of the book. And the third announcement I have is that if you're looking for some extra support this month, come and join the Energetic Alignment Sessions, which is our group healing journeys. It is taking place on Sunday the 14th of December at our usual time, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. UK time, and 7 p.m. European time. And the theme this month is called Cocoon Within Creation. And if you are curious about knowing what we actually do in that, it's a 30-minute meditation followed by a group share. Then there's probably about a 45 minutes where I go into a channel state, bring through the energies of my guide team, where they speak directly to the group, share information and insights of what's to come, the energies at the moment, and they also emit a frequency. So you receive a frequency healing as well at that same time. So if you're curious about that, please do go ahead and sign up with the link below. And then finally, I have opened up some one-to-one slots, just a one-off-one, because most of you already know that I only do the 3-month and the 12-month program. But this month I've opened up just a handful of one-off sessions, which you can go ahead and book in through my website. And this is those of you that are struggling at the moment or could do with some help releasing some of the energies or some insights. This is a mixture of coaching, energy healing, intuitive insights, and also personalized messages from the guide team as well. So if you've got any questions, do go ahead to my website and send me a message there, or just book yourself in. All right, let's go into the energies for this month. Wow, just wow, and wow. How are you guys doing? How are you guys finding the energies? What is showing up for you? I know I've spoken to a few of you, and some of you guys have also been walloped by the energies of November. That was not pleasant whatsoever. But also with the walloping of energies, there was some sort of realization energies that was also coming through. I don't know about you, but for me, it was, yes, as much as I was being walloped by the energies in November, I also had this sense of liberation and expansion and a greater awareness of my own patterns, especially around I can't do this, I'm not allowed to do this, I shouldn't do this. There's all those, it's almost like the patterns and programmings around lack and limitation. And the guidance that I've been given from my guides is that as we rise into new levels of frequencies of light and love, we will be met with the opposing energies and the frequencies at the opposite end that form this form of resistance in there. So you'll be met with that, and it's about holding the both and not fighting the resistance that actually comes up, but holding the space of both the light and the resistance of the two frequencies. And then there's almost like there's a realization and awareness, and with that comes a liberation as well. So if you're still in the walloping energies, just know that allow yourself to move through it. It shall move through you when it is time. So patience is key here. The energies this month feel very, very dynamic and intense, especially between the 14th and the 24th of December. I believe in the October insights, I kind of mentioned these kind of key waves of energies that will be moving through. I think last month it was between the 17th and the 27th of November. And it was so interesting last month because we did our group healing journeys on the 16th, and every single one of the attendees of the group experienced these, we call them the starlight jet stream energies, where they were absorbing the energies of the starlight. And even I saw, like, I think the guides kind of mentioned to the whole group on the 16th to say, you know, pay attention to the stars, pay attention to the shooting stars, pay attention to the sunlight and the way that the sunlight is shining. There's a new light that is shining through that. And, you know, we were all in awe. So I think there's another element of it, as much as it's dynamic and intense, there's a sense of awe in that. So, you know, it is also linked to this waves, and I'll share more about it in the first theme. It's linked to the waves of change that I think were in October, and the waves of love that was last month's theme. We are really being invited at the moment to step into this new and leave the old behind and be in both if we need to be in both. What I'm also sensing for this month is that there is this sense of, and I'll speak more about this in theme 4, that there is two parts to this month. There's two, like this beginning part feels like a spillover of the energies of November, where we're still purging, we're still moving through it, but at the same time we're having this kind of aha moment, this realization, this liberation, and this kind of, oh, I know what I need to do. And you kind of embody the energy of what is next and not go fully into action mode, into doing mode. And I feel this, after this kind of 14th to the 24th, I think that's where the transition kind of happens. And then following on from that, there's almost like a new energy, a new space that I feel that we will be embodying. So just pay attention to that. The key words that I got for the energies this month were the words dynamic, explosive, earth-shattering, expansive, and new waves of light and love. Remember, they can all coexist at the same time. The other thing, I know I'm rattling on, there's so much to share for this month again. The other thing that I was shown was this beautiful thread. So I think many of us are going to be really shaken up this month, especially those of us that are new to this work. And so I think those of us that have been doing this work and been riding these waves and have been in it and are now starting to see and feel the new coming to form, it's also expanding our energy to hold space for those that are going to start their waves of change that are moving through. And what I have been shown is that there is this beautiful, beautiful thread. It's like this white thread with hints of gold and hints of silver, that, you know, it's so tiny, and it kind of slithers all the way through the chaos and the explosiveness and the dynamicness of this month. And if you can zoom in and focus on that, it's like a thread that is weaving this energy of peace, of stillness, and it brings this energy of empowerment and a reconnection with our own inner knowing. If you can find that and you can zoom into that, you'll be able to navigate the chaos and the destructive energies that many of us will be feeling and will be seeing outside of ourselves, and that thread will bring you back in. So it is absolutely stunning, and you can probably tell I am quite excited by this month, even though it is really intense and dynamic. I can't help it, but there is this sense of excitement, and maybe this is why it's taken me a while to get to these insights as well. And I do also feel that we're still moving through a lot of October's and November's energy, and then I think like from the middle of this month, maybe middle of this month to the 24th, I think it's the 14th or the 24th, after that period, there's this new wave of energy that we will be moving through and embodying a lot more. This is all tying in. What I've also got is that there's a huge energetic adjustment that is happening, and this is coming from the solar flares, from the earth shifts, the comets, all of this is changing our frequencies, and all of us are receiving it, depending on who we are, how much space we have, how much we process, how much we purge. The adjustments are like karmic completions, and what it is that we, each and every one of us, have our own purpose. But the key thing for all of us in this, no matter where we are on our journey, is to surrender, to trust. And like I said in the August insight, is to take the step before the path even appears. So when you take the step, the path then appears. So this is the key. We are being taught how to operate in the new world and leave the old world behind and our old ways of operating. Again, more of this I will share in one of the other themes for this month. Okay. Let me share the first message that came through from the guides, and they go. You are entering into a time like no other. We congratulate you on this treacherous journey. No easy feat. We ask you to rest now. Your job is done until the new dawn breaks. Your arrival is not a destination. It is a feeling in the in-between space. Breathe now as you straddle the worlds, balancing the old and new before you fully transition. That shall be felt as an explosive awakening, jolting you into greater expansion. You are evolving, and you are an evolved multidimensional being, supporting the earth and humankind at this time. So we say, rest now and remember. So I think, like many of the messages this month, it is really informative, really, really, really beautiful, and it's really telling us where we are. And I like the bit is the arrival is not a destination. So it's almost that we are constantly arriving into a new space and expanding into a new space. And as we expand into a new space, we have access to other new spaces that we then expand into. And I feel that there is like this, the jolting us into greater expansion. I think many of us will be catapulted. There is this almost like, what's it called? I'm going to say leaping jump. I've forgotten the name of it. There's going to be a leap forward, I feel, and that's why I feel that this is the jolting sensation that some of us will feel. Sorry, my brain is, I've got a bit of brain fog. It's like, oh my God, I can't find my words at the moment. But anyway, I know you guys know what I mean. And if you don't, please feel free to ask me any questions you want in the comment section below. Sorry, I'm just making myself laugh at my brain fog at the moment. Right, before I go into all the themes for this month, let's do a quick recap on the themes from November. And they were shattering illusion, hidden truths rising, power of no and boundaries, and waves of love. So if any of those themes resonate with you, do go back and watch the November insights. Oh my God, I think I'm just laughing at myself now, so please bear with me. Right, okay. Let's take a breath. Gosh, these energies are something else. I am totally feeling them as I'm sharing them with you here, this insight with you, because I'm really feeling the excitement and the expansion for this month. And with that, let's dive into the first theme. And the first theme is called Waves of Explosive Expansion. How fitting is that? And the guides go. Dear Earth Walkers, we see you, we feel you, we know you, and we thank you for your courage. These are not the times for the faint-hearted, but you are here and you are riding the waves of change that are confusing in nature with many highs and many lows, the waves of love that expand your hearts, taking you deeper and deeper into love and light, where you are also met with equal resistance. As you embark on the waves of explosive expansion, remember you are built for these times, these dynamic times. The jolts of explosive expansions serves as a reminder of the divinity that you truly are, guiding you back home, one wave at a time. So this is such a stunning message. I feel that it is acknowledging each and every one of us on the journey that we've been, how courageous we are, that we are seen, we are heard, we are acknowledged, and that our inner work and our inner journey hasn't been for nothing. It has been for something, and we are starting to see the effects of that. And it's really acknowledging how it's not an easy journey, and in some ways we have chosen to be here at this time, and we are guiding ourselves. The waves of change, the waves of love, and the waves of explosive expansion are guiding us on our way back home, one wave at a time. And you know, wherever you are, whoever you are on the journey, if you have committed to this journey of going in within yourself, looking at your wounding, acknowledging your wounding, I see it all the time. And we have choices. I've worked with clients, and I see this in my communities, in my circles of friends, and just with old work colleagues. We all have a choice. We either get constantly confronted with our wounding, and we can push it down and push it down and push it down. And many of you might find that that's getting harder and harder and harder to do. Or we take the plunge and go into it. And that is the scary bit. We are so conditioned and programmed to push it down, push it down, push it down, push it down, that that's our natural default. And it's really scary to go pause for a second and ask yourself, okay, what else can I do? Instead of pushing it down, dive into it. And then when you make that decision to dive into it, there's almost like a liberation that you feel, like there's a healing that already happens to the wounding versus when you're pushing it down. So I just really wanted to share that. That's just come through. It's something that I've noticed that a lot of people keep doing at the moment, and they're so close to that turning point, but they keep repeating the same old pattern again. And remember, that is your choice, and you can keep repeating the pattern. There's nothing wrong in that, and maybe that is your purpose and what you need to do. Only you know what is best for you, and I think that's really important to remember, because there's so much information out there, so many people saying you should do this, should do that. You know yourself best and what you need to do at this time, and take the information that you need and just dump the rest. But on the flip side of it, those of us that are really diving into this, oh my goodness, there's so much change that is happening, so much amazingness that is happening, and so much more access we have to things that we probably didn't have to before. And it all comes with reconnecting with yourself and going within yourself, and then all of that is available to us and for us. So because there's so much going on, just know that many of us will be feeling bombarded. The key thing about these waves of explosive expansion, and I feel we're going to feel this the most intense between the 14th and the 24th of December. And those of you that are joining the group meditation, we've got that on the 14th. So we're going to dive into this and what this means, because I don't fully understand it at the moment. I just get this sense of, wow, this is huge, right? And what I've got here is like, it feels like it's an activation, and it's a combination of things. So if you guys are following the astrology, if you're following the comets, if you're following the solar flares, it's all of that combined, because all of that seems to be happening in this period of time. And I think there's also a new moon on the 19th and the 20th, and then we've got the winter solstice as well on the 21st, I believe. So if you think about it, it's a really, really condensed period of time that a lot is happening, a lot is shifting, and a lot is available to us. So that's why I feel that these jolts can be quite intense, but always remember, you will never receive anything that you're not ready for, and then you can choose which wave you want to ride. And the image that I got was, when people are surfing out in the ocean, you get to choose. Each surfer gets to choose which wave they want to ride. There's some that will wait for the big ones, and then some that will go for the smaller ones, and some that are unsure and miss the timing of it and fall off the, it depends. There is those that have the patience and wait for the big wave. There's almost like they've got a connection and a communication with the ocean. This is the same thing. The way that I've seen it is that there are some of us that will just wait for the big wave to come, and we will ride that big wave. And it is if you imagine that there's like light that is streaming down from the skies and hitting the ocean, those that are on the higher wave will be able to reach up and be closer to the light than those that are riding the lower waves. But each and every one of us will receive the light and the frequency of the light that we need in the way that our body has space for and we are able to absorb. So if you're someone that's still carrying a lot of the old stuff, if you were to be I don't know, lightning bolted with a ray of light that is at a very, very high frequency, it will completely fry your nervous system. So it is as much space as you have within your body is the much light that you will receive. And there's no judgment here. We are all on our own unique path, and each path has a big purpose in the tapestry that we are all weaving in and out of each other's lives. So I think this is just a great reminder that wherever you are, you know, whoever you are, ride the waves however you want to ride them, whichever wave you want to ride them. You can wait, you can ride as many as you want. And some of you might start with the lower waves and you build your confidence so fast, before you know it, you're already riding the bigger waves and they're coming faster and faster and faster. Some of you guys might just be really, really patient and waiting for that one wave that you know you want to ride. So again, there is no judgment, there is no right or wrong, it's whatever feels right for you. Just know that there is this opportunity to receive all of this light energy that is coming in, and to receive that and to use that to catapult you forward on your journey. So I also really want to acknowledge here that for some of us that are still holding on tightly, and I don't think it's many of you guys here, but you might find that you might be holding on to one area or one aspect of your life really, 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 really tightly, or you might just be pulled, a part of you keeps getting pulled into the collective drama because you might be watching the news, or you might be in conversations or dialogue with an old group of friends or community or family members that are still trapped in this collective fear. And so when this lightning jolt comes, the anxiety may increase, the fear may increase, and the panic will increase. But just know, if you can sit with that, it will dissipate, because the light will help clear the anxiety and the fear and the panic. It's almost like the light is lighting up where the fear and the panic and the anxiety resides, and then it's clearing it out. So there is so many benefits for this at the moment. And then if you are struggling to integrate these energies, make sure you take time to ground, whether it's through breath work, whether it's through a walk in nature. You may need to try new things. For me, oh my God, those who know me, I hate walking, I hate running, but I started half kind of walking, half kind of jogging, and I love it because I get to go to the park and be with the trees, and it's just taking that breath in and moving my body, moving my feet really helps to ground and anchor myself in a completely new way. So wherever you are on your journey, try something new, really try something new. The other tools I think will be also important for this is you can set intentions. If you feel your energy is scattered, you can set your intention, go into your heart center and say, I call back my energy. And also sometimes our energy gets scattered because there's other people's energy in there, there's a collective energy, and we're kind of mingle into that. And you can also set the intention to release any energies that no longer serves you or does not belong to you. So sauna and cold plunges are amazing, which I haven't done for a while, so I'm definitely going to go back onto that. So I hope that helps. Let's move on to the second theme for this month. And again, I feel that all of these themes are interconnected with one another. So theme 2 is called Art of Releasing, and the guides go, let go, let go, let go. Do not hold on to the old. Release, release, release. You can do this. You no longer need the skin. It does not carry the nutrients, the light, or the frequency codes you need for where you are going. Like a snake, your new skin is forming beneath the old. You must first shed the old before the new can appear. So you see, this is the art of releasing the old. It's a purification. Painful it may be, but only to the ego's identities. Surrendering into the new, trusting in that of which does not yet exist. Fearful it may be, but only to the ego's man-made need for safety. So isn't that revealing? And I feel this is such a perfect theme, considering the fact that we are almost at the end of the year of the snake, before we move into the year of the horse. And I think this is linked to the Chinese astrology calendar. I am not sure what the right terminology of that is, but really, really, this is so cool. What I found really fascinating about this message is that the new skin is already forming underneath the old skin, but we cannot see the new until we let go of the old. Isn't that amazing? And I did actually check this up, and apparently it is true that the new skin for the snakes is already there. And I think I read somewhere that when they shed the old skin, they also get rid of the parasites and anything that they don't need or that's harmful to them. They release it with the old skin. So I just think that this is an incredible message and incredible for where we are at this time as well. And with this theme, you know me, at this moment I'm feeling a lot of excitement, but I'm also feeling a teeny tiny bit of dread that also comes up with this theme. And you know what? I get it. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to let go of your security blanket. That's what our old skin is. We know how it operates. We know how it works. We know that it's kept us safe. What about if the new skin doesn't? And I think this is why it's about surrendering into the new and trusting that of which does not yet exist. So we're being asked, we're being taught a whole brand new operating system where it doesn't come with a rule book. It doesn't come from a conditioned construct. It comes from something within ourselves where we are trusting within ourselves in an energy, and then through that trust we create. So it's really teaching us a new way of being at the moment. And I can feel for many of us through this process, our minds will be activated and it will kind of go, oh, I can't, I shouldn't, it's not possible. This message in some ways is reminding us of our true nature and our ability to do this. The truth is, the good stuff is actually closer to our core. And I'm just going to read this bit because there's some really cool stuff here. So each layer of the skin or identity is like a protective mechanism, acts as a protective mechanism to the light that resides within us. So and this is why it can be uncomfortable to let it go, because in some ways it served as a protective mechanism so that we can also, the next thing is each of the layers of the skin is a program that fits into the world of lack and limitation. So if we keep hold of the skin, we have a sense of belonging, we fit in, we belong to this world. But also we are not of this world, because the light that we're protecting is who we truly are. So therefore some of us will have this kind of conflict of, oh my goodness, I don't want to let go of the skin. If I let go of the skin, I don't know if I can carry on doing the work that I'm doing, or I don't know if I can carry on being in this relationship that I'm in. It's too risky to change any of that. But then you're finding yourself being crushed from the inside out, where you are not aligning to your truth. So then those two aspects, so your mind and your heart, are in conflict with one another. And the truth is, until we allow ourselves to be our true self, it'll be difficult to really find that sense of belonging. Because I think many of us, and I know I've done this in my corporate career, in each and every single role, I found a sense of belonging in that. But only a small part of me, and same with groups of friends and the rest of it, because I wasn't fully me. And now that I'm fully me, there is almost, fully evolving and continue to evolve to be more of me. What I am noticing, and I talk more about this in the next theme, is that things fall away. Things that, while once in alignment because of the version of the person that I was then, was a great match. But the version of the person I'm becoming now is no longer a match. And that's nothing wrong or bad about me, or nothing wrong or bad about that situation or the people involved. We all have our unique path. And so I think it's reminding ourselves that, there is something greater than us that is guiding us, and to trust that. And, you know, the more that we can let go and release these, you know, really surrender into this art of releasing, the more ease and flow we will find. So yeah, there's so much more I can share about this, but I think I'll share a bit more in the next theme. Okay, let's move on to the third theme for this month. And this is one of my favorites, and it's called Cocoon Within Creation. And the guides go, this is the moment that you have been awaiting. The creation, the birth of the new world. You see, many of you have come here to be the cycle breakers and the creators, bearing cosmic light and wisdom of ancient times. You are the pillars of light. You are the ones that pave the path anew. You are the guides from the future past. Your being has been created for this exact moment. You're exactly where you need to be. Now, we say, go within and cocoon as your being recalibrates and resets itself. It is a time for rest, allowing the wisdom of your creation to take the lead as it re-emerges as it was born to do. So, yeah, isn't this such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful message? And it's such an important reminder to go within, and that everything that we need is inside of ourselves. And that, yeah, I like this phrase here, you are the guides from the future past. Isn't that amazing? So I just feel that that's, you know, we know what's to come and we know what has been, and we are guiding this current present moment. So it's a bit trippy to the mind, but it's really cool phrasing in that. I feel that this theme gives us a deeper sense of connection to ourselves, to our guide team, to ancient wisdom, to our purpose and the light encoded technology. And you know what? There is something about this space, the cocoon within creation. It's a very, very sacred space, and it is something for each and every one of us to keep to ourselves. And the reason why is that we are so good in society to go outside and seek validation outside, to seek permission from outside, to, you know, to sense our truth from something outside of us. But this theme is really calling upon us that it's time for us allowing the wisdom of your creation to take the lead as it emerges, as it was born to do. I think that is the key. There is something that we are here. There's a part of us that knows why we're here and what we're here to do, and we just need to allow that to kind of come through. And that is intimate and sacred to each and every one of us. For some of you, you may be in relationships with family members or intimate relationships where you are on similar sort of path, and maybe there is a bit of sharing that happens there, and sharing to kind of not to compare, not to advise, but just sharing as and what you find is in those types of sharing, there'll be a sense of liberation, a sense of expansion, and it's almost like your inner world expands, and there is a sense of oneness between the family members or oneness between the intimate couples. So I think in those situations is to share. But for most of us, it's like to keep going inwards, and then we'll know when it's time to kind of share. And it's almost like our energies will pull us to each other that we are in vibrational alignment with. And this is what we are nurturing. And it's almost like, imagine if you go inside it, you are taking time to nurture the garden that is within you, and trusting in your own intuition. So this is the key thing, and you do not need to explain yourself to anyone. I know I was an over-explainer, so this is so much for me. You do not need to explain yourself to anyone. You don't have to prove it, or you just need to trust yourself. Yeah, there's something here about not everyone deserves to be in your sacred space. So that is a really important reminder. And I think many of us that have been in codependent relationships, you know, we are in each other's spaces and we occupy each other's spaces. And I think there's something that I mentioned in last month's insights as well, about the information that the guides have given me. And so you know, this is about really taking up that inner space and expanding that out and enjoying the stillness, enjoying the peacefulness, enjoying that connection, reconnection back to the inner knowing, to the energy of love, and, you know, the reconnection to all that is. And it's really interesting. You're actually going inwards and you feel less alone. I mean, that's my experience of it. And many of us, you know, we go outwards to feel less alone, but this is actually going inwards to feel less alone. The feedback some of you may get, and something that I have experienced over, gosh, I think the last 6 months or so, is that you may get feedback that people say, oh, you're pushing us away, you're pushing us away. But in actual fact, you're just going inwards and you're owning more of your space, and you're having a new relationship with yourself. And this is what the cocoon within creation is about, so that you can really birth the real you into this world to do what you've come here to do. So try not to fight those that are saying you're pushing back. Just let that, it's just a resistance. Let the resistance, hold the resistance and your own space together, and it will just dissolve in its own time. So yeah, it's a really, really powerful theme. And if this is resonate with you, do come and join us on the 14th of December for our group healing journey, because this is the theme that we're going to be focusing on. Okay, let's go on to the fourth and final theme, and it's called separating timelines and realities. And the guides go, many of you have already entered into a new world of being. There is a separation in this now reality versus the reality you once resided within. The timelines have separated and are separating. Many of you shall be bridges, the first to be the helping hands, the ones paving the paths anew, operating in a world of light and frequency. Yet through the density of your human form, you remain anchored between the worlds. Remember, one is not better than the other. That is a mind-made judgment. There is a purpose that each of you are carrying in the realities you reside within, and the mind cannot comprehend the language and knowing of your soul. So, wow. It's almost like a little bit of telling off in this one as well. I'm just going to repeat the last line because I think this is so powerful. There is a purpose that each of you carry in the realities you reside within, and the mind cannot comprehend the language and knowing of your soul. So whoever you are, wherever you are, whichever reality you're living in, whether it's the 3D reality or this new world that's reality, or you're in the middle of both of them, know that you're exactly where you need to be and where you're meant to be. There is no judgment here. If you're finding yourself judging yourself or judging others, stop, pause. There's probably some work that you need to do around acceptance and releasing the judgment, or understanding where the judgments are coming from. And as you do that, you can expand out even more beyond your mind and tap in and connect with the energy and the language and the knowing of your soul, and bring that energy through. So you can see that this is so exciting. And I do actually have a story to share with you here, just to kind of bring to life what this may actually feel like. And I think I have already shared it, maybe in the August Insights or the September Insights, I may have already shared this, but earlier this year, around July time, I think it was, I had this experience where I call it wailing of grief lost at seas, which was a deep purging experience. Like, it really broke me. And I'm no stranger to purging. I'm no stranger to crying on the bathroom floor. But this was at another level, which I can feel things being pulled out and feel things in my body kind of literally moving out and up and out of me. And after this, I went through this, and it really felt like a death. It really felt like a real death process within itself. There was this absolute stillness, where there was nothing to do. There was no thoughts in my mind. There was just a sense of stillness and peace. And it was almost like in this space, I felt really protective over this space. And because what was also happening, it was instinctively, it's like, you know, a mother's instinct to protect the newborn. You don't think about it, you just do it. You become it. You become the energy of it. And it felt like my insides were being reorganized, and things outside of me hadn't changed. It was exactly the same. Yet I felt different and I perceived the world differently. But I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And what I noticed each day as I woke up, I couldn't engage in the world that I saw in front of me in the same way as I did before. So it was like, oh, what do I do now? So what I did was I just observed, held the space, and just held the space for the inspired actions to drop in, and then take those inspired actions. And this has been part of my journey since that time. And looking back, I can see that I've learned a new way to operate versus my old way of operating. And there's more comfort within holding the space. There's more comfort of not knowing where things are going. Yet there's still a part of my mind that's like, oh, how's this even going to work? Oh, you haven't done this, so how do you even know? But there's also a real peace sensation within my body that just has this inner knowing. So something has been completely reconfigured. So you may experience something really big like that, but just know, or you might experience it in stages, but there is this turning point that many of us have, but it's almost like it's not just a one-off event. It's only when you look back you can pinpoint to say, okay, that's when something really shifted and changed. And then I started doing things differently. And now I'm starting to see things manifest in form from the energetics. So now I'm starting to see a little bit of new things forming in my outside world, as much as a lot of which is still the same. So I think there's a lot of space that has been created now, yet there's still, and I'm just holding that space, and I know that the new things will start to come in when they're meant to come in. So this is not about kind of doing things externally. Even the actions are coming from somewhere inside of me, not knowing why I'm doing what I'm doing, but I know it's the right thing that I need to do in this moment. And I often get pushes from my guides, and sometimes they are so bloody annoying, but I'm just like, no. And then they push again, and I'm just like, no. And then they push again. And then, at some point I do have a choice, and then I'm just like, okay, I know I want to, and I actually do want to do what they're pushing me to do, but I'm just being a bratty little child with them as well at some points. But it's that, just have fun with it, have joy with it. We are really learning new ways of being, and we do not have a rule book, and there will never be a rule book, yet there is a part of us that knows how to operate in this new model, because that is who we are in our truest natures. So with that, keep going inwards, and one step at a time you will start to create something new. Not using the old tools, not using the old operating systems. There will be a sense of liberation, a sense of clarity, a sense of creation, and a sense of play. That is the most important thing, and that is the space in which you can create something new. The new tools that you need to then build the new operating system that you need to then bring the formless into form. So it is an incredible journey, and I also feel a lot of these energies and themes for this month is going to go into around, I would say, 16th, 17th of January, where I think a lot of this is still going to be playing out. So maybe this is why the insights are a little bit late at the moment. But anyway, I just want to say thank you all so much for being here, for watching these insights, for commenting below, for hitting the thumbs up. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Do go ahead and share this with your loved ones, and if you haven't already subscribed, please do go ahead and subscribe. And if you are needing some extra support this month, come and join that energetic alignment session, which is our group healing. And the theme this month is called Cocoon Within, and it's taking place on Sunday the 14th of December at 10 a.m. Oh, I can't get the timings right. 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. UK time, 7 p.m. European time. So And then finally, if you haven't registered for the book and you're interested in getting a copy or ordering a pre-sale copy, do register your interest. Not only does that help me to gauge the number of books that I need to order to do the personalized message, but also, you know, you guys will be the first to know when it's ready and available for you to pre-order and purchase. So yeah, wow, what a month, what a year. And boy, oh boy, 2026 is going to be something completely else. And I just feel like everything that we've gone through this year has been a preparation for us to then take those leaps and take not just steps, but those leaps forward into something new. And just know that whoever you are, wherever you are in your journey, you have a purpose and only you know your purpose. So the key thing is to go in, reconnect with yourself, and bring that purpose alive through you. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. Have an amazing Christmas for those that celebrate it. Have an amazing holiday for those of you that have holidays over this festive season. And I will see you all once again in 2026. Bye for now.